Our top story this Friday, President Moon Jae-in will be meeting with U.S. President Donald Trump next month in Washington, perhaps to find a breakthrough, an impasse in the denuclearization process. For more on this, we go live to our correspondent Shin Se-min at the top office. So Se-min, we know that the date is set from April 11th until the 12th. Tell us more about this.
Jiyoon, we do have a confirmed summit schedule for leaders of South Korea and the U.S., as you have just said. President Moon Jae-in of South Korea will be traveling to Washington from the 11th of April till the 12th for a summit meeting with his U.S. counterpart, possibly to talk about the nuclear diplomacy. Now, let me take you back to that scene of press conference earlier this morning where the senior secretary for President on these public relations gave out the latest on the summit details.
The leaders of the two sides will hold in-depth discussions on matters to strengthen the bilateral alliance and coordinate their positions on establishing peace on the Korean Peninsula through absolute denuclearization.
And that same schedule was reiterated and confirmed by the White House shortly after, saying that the alliance between the two sides remains the linchpin of the peace and security on the Korean Peninsula and in the region, and added that the visit by President Moon will strengthen the alliance and friendship between the two sides.
All right, so we seem to be getting a clearer picture, but when will we know the full scale and the details of the upcoming summit?
Jiyoon, what we know so far is the date and the location and the possible agendas for the summit meeting. But as for more details, we have a lot of the unanswered questions at this point. For one, we don't know how many times the leaders will be meeting during that short span of stay for President Moon of less than 2 days for him, and as to whether the two sides are still fine-tuning the details and leading up to that summit in weeks from now. Now, for now, the presidential press corps is waiting for an update or possibly for more details on the background and elements of the upcoming trip to the U.S. And just to brief you on why there's such a rush in announcing the trip just weeks before and why there's such a hype around here on this particular issue, President Moon's efforts for peace in the region had been brought up multiple times ever since the somewhat disappointing results from the summit between North Korea and the U.S. in Vietnam last month. So the attention is now on whether this meeting next month could be the catalyst that restarts the stalled process of denuclearizing the regime. And once we know more details, we'll be sure to bring you the latest. Jiyoon?